True.
So tonight on Conversations with Davone and Jevon, we have Tanisha. There you go. Odyssey.
Hey.
And Joy.
Hi.
Our beautiful poly triad. That I can call you that?
Yes.
And we have so many questions for you. But before we start, let's get into Jevon business. You need to spill the tea, Jevon. Me, I'm a poly newbie, but not you.
Right. So back in the 90s, I was in my first poly relationship with two beautiful young ladies that I am still friends with till today. I'm actually friends with all my exes that I was in relationships with.
Woo!
Yes, yes. So the picture. This is pre-transition. And
Can
yes,
anybody guess which one is Jevon?
I am one over here in the top corner.
With
And
that booth curl.
yes, yes. And there was Cheryl and Carol and our daughter Christina, our daughter Tiffany, and our daughter Tania. And
Oh.
to this day, right now, all the girls are still sisters, best of friends, and there are two more girls after Tatiana. And I just love kids. Anyone that knows me know I love kids. And when it comes to dealing with women that have kids, I still am in their lives after we part ways.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing.
11 grandbabies. We can definitely give you some.
Bring them on. Bring them all on. Anybody that I have a pool in the backyard, they can all come. It's all love. And I make sure the kids are all right. Y'all grown folk can handle yourselves. You know, the kids didn't ask to be here, and I'm going to make sure they have everything. I'm going to fill them up with juice and candy and send them back.
Oh, and then send them home or hyped up.
I am a kid.
Pool Jevon is not good. He gonna send them kids home fired up.
But I bet you they fall asleep, though.
Because they be exhausted.
I have them ripping and running up and down the driveway.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
We got one in the walker right now, baby. He takes off, okay?
Really?
And this is something that we can talk about when you're in a poly relationship and you have children, right?
Yes.
How do you explain that to the children? Because I know when I started back in the day in the 90s, it was unheard of, especially in the Black community. It was unheard of.
You had when I was growing up, honey, because I needed this. Like, shit.
Did we explain? I think, well, let me explain our relationship. Me and Tanisha have been together for 8 years, and Joy has been in our relationship for three. So I told Tanisha from day one that I was polyamorous, but at the time she had teenage daughters that I felt were very impressionable. So we kind of kept our polyamorous side of the relationship a secret because I didn't want to expose them to that at that time. When Joy came into the relationship, Naima was six. So we had children that were grown, and then we had a 6-year-old. And I think it's kind of easier for a 6-year-old than it is teenagers. Teenagers already have their idea of what a relationship is supposed to be. I think they were already battling with the fact that their mom was a lesbian. And the 6-year-old was just kind of like, oh, okay. That's my mom. That's my mom. You're my mom. You're my dad. Like my mom, dad. More like my dad. You're my mom, dad. I think we just let that be. So she calls Bay Umi, and the teenagers just really kind of call Joy. And that's okay with us, but we all love from the same place.
Yeah, they're our
So,
kids.
yeah,
They are our children.
period.
They are individuals. My son is 25. Our other daughter is 21, and 17. Shit,
17 going on 21.
17 going on 35. Okay,
Yeah.
and then we have a 9-year-old. Right. So, our 17-year-old, she doesn't have any kids. She said she don't want none. 21-year-old, she has a baby. Like you said,
grandparents.
Yeah, he's almost 11. He's almost 8 months, and honey, he gets in that walker and take off. Okay, this how you see him. Anytime you see him, this how he is. And we have what 10 other grandkids. Our son has 10 kids, and he has one on the way or 2.
Wow.
Yeah, he got a boatload of them.
He's real polyamorous.
Yeah, he's very polyamorous. He is. He is so, like, he's trying to figure it out. He's trying to, get it in.
But I don't think we really do too much of explaining. I think we just love each other, and I think that pretty much
our love shows. It radiates from us to our children. And I think that's all that really matters when it comes to children, that they have people that love them.
Yeah, and they benefit
that
from
care.
The
They benefit from the love that we have. And that's all that really matters to them. Yeah.
Tanisha, Odyssey, and Joy, how old are you?
So I am the dusty one of the group.
Oh my
God. I am the golden one. I am 41.
Okay. That's not golden, honey. I'm more golden than you.
I am freshly 37, but I prefer to say 35.
Joy?
I'll forever be 18, but I'm 26.
Oh, you the baby.
No.
Real baby.
You the baby.
Yep.
So, okay, I have so many questions. Jevon, me and you gonna have to go back and forth on these questions because I have so many questions. So, how did Joy come in exactly? Odyssey, did you have to bring that concept to Tanisha? Because I know you said that you was hiding it and you wasn't doing it for the kids for so long, but now Joy comes. Did you and Joy start dating? Did Joy and Tanisha start dating? What happened?
So,
yes, Tanisha. Honey.
So she had me. Okay, so she would court these women.
Oh wow.
She would court these women. She would court these women, and then be like, "Hey, I don't like them." You tell them, like, have me doing the dirty work. Like, yeah, it's not gonna work. She just.
Well, okay. So what? No, I wouldn't. We would court these women, and I would come to the conclusion that person wasn't for everybody. I realized that person probably wanted to deal with me more than us. So when I started dating Joy, when we started dating Joy,
I was about to say it wasn't I dated one or the other.
Right.
When I came in, I met them on Facebook. We were all in a poly group.
Right.
And they posted a picture. And I looked at it and I kept going and I said, ain't nobody got time for that because, Girl, she thought we was going to kill her. I thought they were going to, I did. I thought they were serial killers. I said, if I go on a date, I'm never, ever, ever going to come up found. They're not going to find me. And I kept going. I don't know why they came to my mind. But I came back to the picture 1,000 times, so I finally messaged them. And it wasn't I dated one person or the other person exclusively, and then I was introduced. I dated both of them. We dated each other. Mm-hmm. We went on our first date as a throuple. Mm-hmm. When we first talked, I first talked to Odyssey, and then 2 seconds later, I talked to Tanisha. Like, we were all in from the very beginning. We had a conversation with everyone.
And I think that's because I had already made so many mistakes in regards to dating. I would probably typically talk to a female more than Tanisha would, because I wanted to fill them out, and I didn't want to let any negative energy into our space, you know. And once I realized that a person was for us or not for us, then I would probably let Bae do the dirty work, because I'm not really good at breaking up with people. So I would tell her to break up with them. But
I'm like, yeah, it's not working.
Yeah. Joy really was very vocal about how she felt about Tanisha.
It was always a conversation of like, hey, yeah, Odyssey, I know you called. I just clicked over to say hello, but I'm on the phone with Tanisha right now. I
I'll call you back. She wasn't for me, and that was okay with me. So she was honest about the fact that she fell in love with Tanisha.
Yeah.
And then she fell in love with me
eventually.
Oh my goodness. Jevon, you have a question? I'm in awe.
I actually just taking it all in because it was different for me.
Okay.
For us, back then, like I was saying, it wasn't heard of back then. So I was in love with Carol, and Cheryl was in love with Carol.
Okay.
But for many years prior, I've had a crush on Cheryl.
Okay.
And Cheryl, I wasn't her type. Like, she didn't look my way. She would always want to be with Carol. So I remember there was a time we were at the club and I was in my feelings because they were dancing, and I was like, yeah, whatever. And I went off and started dancing with someone else. But when it was time to go home, I lived with my parents back then, and the two of them lived together. So I would feel some type of way that I was leaving my girlfriend and knowing that Cheryl lived there.
Right.
And I'm like, I know something is going on. And they can't tell me that ain't nothing going on. Because when I would come over, you know that awkward silence?
Yeah, like.
And then in the back of my mind, you know, I always wanted to be with Cheryl, and I was like, So there came a time when Carol and I broke up. And Carol was going with someone else, and Cheryl was single, and I don't know what happened. It just we just linked up and we got together, and we moved to Staten Island. We had our own apartment and everything, and I don't know. Carol came back in the picture, and we ended up with Carol again.
Okay.
Yeah, we ended up back together again. I even moved to Ohio to be with Carol.
Wow.
And ended up coming back to New York, and it was like, I don't know, the three of us just kept coming back together until, you know, we just made it happen, you know. And then we just grew apart. After a while, you know, Cheryl didn't want to be a part of it anymore. I didn't want to be a part of it anymore, but we always came together for the kids' birthdays, for holidays. We would big meals, and we would always come together. And even now, well, Cheryl doesn't come around as much, and Carol doesn't come around as much, but the kids come around. Last year we had a barbecue. Everybody came. It was really nice. But all the girls stick together. They're on social media. They always call in. I get along with their fathers, and it's even now, as the man that I am today, they still get along with me, and they respect me as a man, even though previously, you know, I lived my life as a female. They still cool with me, you know, and the girls see me as a father figure, and they call me Pop, you know, and it's all love. Oh, yeah. Mine happened differently. It wasn't planned.
All right, I have,
No.
is this your first poly relationship?
First relationship, I've entertained the idea of polyamory before. I wouldn't call that a relationship, but I did know that I was polyamorous. That was something that I knew. Monogamy never quite worked out for the kid.
Tanisha and Odyssey, prior to your relationship, did you engage in poly relationships?
Not honestly. I thought that I like I said before, I just thought that I had a problem being faithful. I thought I was a
Because a
whore.
lot of people feel like, when we put the question up, that it was like, oh, that's cheating. And I had to explain that's not cheating.
Yeah, people get on my nerves with that one. I think for the most part, I've been cheated on in every relationship, every relationship that I had. So it gave me this self identity, like, baby, I'm not good enough, So I just realized that they were idiots and moved on from there. I've never really entertained a polyamorous relationship, but I never really knew what it was. I guess like seeing my dad, and not to throw him under the bus because I love my dad so dearly. Like, that is my dad. He did have different women, and I know like my mom was okay with it. It was just certain women overstepped their boundaries, and she was like, yeah, I'm not going. So I did see that side, but I did see the side that was, kind of okay. But yeah, like this is my first polyamorous relationship I've been in.
Are y'all thinking about adding a fourth? Like, what happens to, like, because I'm just curious. So it was a duo, and then you brought in the third. So now, a couple years go down the line, do you decide to add in a fourth, or is it just closed at the third, at the three?
I think we all have our own versions of what that is.
And I want to hear them all.
Honestly, okay, so me and Bae, we are very monogamous.
Who's Bae?
Not monogamous. Bae. When I say Bae, I mean that was about to fall. When I say Bae, I mean Tanisha. So Bae and I are very monogamous. She's asking me right now. We'll talk later. I don't think it's monogamous. We're trinogamous, okay? There's already three. No, but I don't think that we would necessarily be against it. It's just the fact that we built such a foundation already that if we were to invite someone else in, it would be very important to us the caliber of person that we were to invite in. We have sustained our careers, we have sustained our household, we have our children that we have already built foundation against.
That's my boo.
A foundation where our children were already with them, and then our children together. So to introduce someone else, we would really, really take into account who they are as a person, who they are spiritually, and what they can bring to our family, not just our relationship, but our family as a whole.
Yeah.
Tanisha and Odyssey, you agree with what Joy said?
Definitely.
Tanisha,
Tanisha,
what do you call Odyssey?
What you mean as far as like what?
Like Joy just called you Bae. So what do you call Odyssey?
Bae.
I call her Bae. I call her Bae. So I call Odyssey Bae. I call her baby. And it's like,
okay, baby and Bae.
It's very it's confusing sometimes because sometimes we just get into the habit of saying bae,
right.
and we're all just like, huh? Which
Right.
one? Ooh, me?
So I would say baby, referring to Joy, I would call Odyssey Bay. So that's how that goes. But as far as like another person, I don't know. You know, I'm not close to it. They would definitely have to, again, like Joy said, meet. You know, just what do they have to bring as far as family? You know, just different things to the family. You know, like I understand that it takes a village to raise a child. Because when I tell you that these kids is crazy, they crazy, girl, they crazy. Oh, crazy.
And that's the thing. Putting up with our crazy is one thing.
Right.
But putting up with the crazy of our children, it takes a special type of individual.
And then the grandkids on
And then
top
we
of
have
it,
grandchildren.
like, girl, that's a whole lot.
So what? Somebody want to date us?
That's the question. Do they really want to date us?
But with me, I guess I would piggyback off what they said. It just would have to be aligned to our vision. Somebody would definitely have to be able to contribute in a major way for us to even entertain the thought.
Number one, this one right here, Odyssey, crazy, confusing. Okay, you don't know.
So
She
in that
wanna be
case,
left
then
alone.
maybe we should add somebody so y'all can have somebody to help y'all deal with all of this crazy.
Don't run away. Want to be left alone. I want to be near you. No, I want to be left alone. You don't know.
We look at each other and say, "Your turn."
Right. It's your turn. Your turn.
Jevon, you got a question?
Yes. So normally when people think of a polyamorous relationship, they say, "Oh, y'all are just doing it for the sex," right? Y'all are really not into this. So can you talk more about what a polyamorous relationship means to you all? Like how does that fit in? Because they don't know about, you know, the co-living, and just like you were explaining about how it takes a village to raise, you know, the kids, but there's also the bills situation, you know, and when it comes to cooking meals and cleaning and who works and stuff like that.
We all work, but I'm gonna let her, and I'm gonna let this one answer you for the logic, and then I'm gonna give you the foolishness.
Informed.
Maybe I'll talk a long time so y'all never get to that. In regards to sex, to be completely honest and not to throw shade on our relationship, I cannot even tell you the last time we had sex all together. I don't think our relationship has necessarily ever been driven off sex.
Yeah, because me and her is nasty together. We nasty together.
Yeah, that's big.
And that's okay with me.
Right.
But our relationship has been built off a spiritual connection.
Yes, definitely.
And it has thrived off a spiritual connection.
It has lasted because of a spiritual connection.
Now, don't get it wrong. When it go down, it go down. It has been down. I actually put my back out one time.
Alabama.
That
She
shit
was limping.
I was trying to give them the
That shit was funny.
royal treatment. I done threw my whole back out. But that's not what I'm seeking, or that is not what I'm searching for. And to be transparent, our relationship has moved into the point where we have just recently moved into separate households to try to build a stronger relationship, a stronger sexual connection, I believe. But I don't think it's about sex with us. It's not about sex with
It's
me.
not for us because I think that's what a lot of relationships, even monogamous relationships, are based off of. A lot of people come together, they think they're in love because of sex.
Yeah.
And you can be physical with someone and not be in love with them. We have gone through the trenches. Okay. We have gone through wars. Bigger than the Civil War, bigger than World War II around here for our relationship and for our love to work. And so we don't base it off of sex. We are in a real relationship. We have real relationship problems. We have bills. We have kids that we care for together.
And got bills.
We have bills again.
Okay, our 17-year-old just moved into her new house. Come on, mama, look.
And now we're furnishing it. So it's one of those
Somebody want a $200 TV. I said,
and we're paying for it. So this is real relationship stuff. And we understand we don't tell people how to poly.
Right.
For the life of us, we've been to so many different polyamorous
Jesus, I just hate
places and groups and trying to be a part of. And what we came out realizing was that we poly different.
Right.
Because we hear a lot of people who are in polyamorous relationships, they're like, well, I pack my backpack to have sex with somebody this day, and then my backpack with this person. And we like, wait a minute, we all living together, we all sharing bills, we sharing kids. We're sharing responsibilities. We're sharing the hurts, the pains. We have gone through the trenches. So for us, it's not about just sex. We don't.
I don't look at them as just my wives.
They're
my sisters. They're my. At sometimes they're my mom. At sometimes they're my children. So it's really a family dynamic.
Yeah.
What? At times, they're always my children. You're right. Absolutely. So it's more of a family dynamic for us. So yeah, sex is great, but
amazing.
It's not
the basis of our relationship.
And a lot of people like that's where they like the groups. They get on my nerves. The people that have
damning people. Leave the people alone. Let them poly.
I was finna say fork them people. But honey, they get on my nerves. What are your pronouns? My mama named me Tanisha, so I'm a girl. I'm a woman.
Everybody wants you to fit into
their box is.
And we
polyamory of life in general, being human. Yeah. People want to put you into a box, and we live outside of every box that they're in. When people say that they march to the beat of their own drum, we march to the beat of our own drum collectively and individually as well.
And I know, like they do say, stop teaching. I'm getting.
Y'all look so cute.
I'm the firecracker, but they do like they say, they want to know, but they don't want to know. Like me personally, I feel like we've lost friends because a lot of people are intimidated by our relationship. So they like, oh yeah, this person is gonna go out and do this and do that. Like, well, baby, let me tell you something. If you open up your mind. It's
like that thing. It's like people feel like
it's gonna rub off.
It's gonna rub off.
Like when you come out as gay, they feel like, if I stand too close, I'm gonna be gay. It's the same thing with polyamory. With a lot of our friends that we knew, it's like, if they stand too close, my boyfriend or my girlfriend might want to try the same thing, or they're going to get this idea. And first of all, the idea is economically. It makes sense.
It makes sense.
Yeah, I was going to get into that. It does make sense.
By yourself, boo.
It makes sense economically, but there's so much value in it when you do it your way. I'm not even going to say the right way. When you do it your way, there's so much value in it because you make the rules of your relationship.
Yeah. And I don't got to talk to my kids all the time. They can talk to Joy. They ain't going to talk to Baba because they be like, oh, mom, we ain't going to talk to Baba. But they can talk to Joy, and I just be like, good. That means I ain't got to answer the phone.
And for clarity, they don't talk to me because I'm always right.
Okay, so you said that you live in separately now?
Yeah. Well, not necessarily separately. I feel like this is our house, but Tanisha had to move in with our daughter.
Our daughter was put into a situation.
She was put into a situation where she needed more financial assistance
Yep.
And so they moved there temporarily for 6 months. But it also gave us a chance to, well, it's giving us a chance to work on our relationship. There was some things that we needed to work on in regards to communicating. And I think that this was the perfect opportunity.
Yeah.
But this house is all of our house.
Yeah.
So
my mama left
and these
moved back
bills
to
are all of our
Milwaukee.
bills.
Right. She left and moved back to Milwaukee, honey, and left our baby with a lease. So I had to go ahead and go over there and move over there.
And it's become a thing where it feels like it feels like the roles have kind of switched with our dating now, because now it feels fresh again. It feels like we're all dating again. We had moved into I won't say complacent, but we had moved into a position in life where life hit us so quickly that we all are in love, all in a relationship, but we're battling and we're fighting life as it comes to us.
Yeah.
And now it's just like, hey, I want to take you on a date. You're pretty. I like you.
Right.
So it's refreshing our relationship and putting us to see each other again, outside of just oh, that's my wife, that's my husband. It's really putting us in oh, I like you. I remember why I like you.
Also, like reverse roles. Like Joy moved into a house that me and Tanisha had already built a foundation. Mm-hmm. And now it's kind of like me and Joy are at this house, and Tanisha has to experience some of the uncertainties or insecurities, which will kind of make you more considerate of how others feel being in that position.
Yeah.
And I guess that makes sense.
And being poly is not easy. Being in any relationship is not easy. You have to work. And if you don't work, then you don't get the results that you so desperately want and need. Definitely the benefits. Like, I feel like it is a plus to have more than just me dealing with the children, because like at one point it was just me, and I was working 3 jobs. I was Chuck E. Cheesing it every Friday, doing something with the kids every Friday, and then taking time out, like trying to get them restless, then doing me. And it's just like it's not that anymore. It's like everybody is taking everybody is taking on the role and the responsibility. So,
and I think that's one of the most rewarding benefits is being on a team.
Yeah.
And I think people say poly relationship and they forget about the team.
Yeah.
It's a team. It's people who have your back, who is dedicated, financially invested, and you don't have to take on the weight of the world on your own or by yourself. Mm-hmm. And that's the most rewarding thing to me about being polyamorous.
It's amazing when you find one person to share your life with. It's amazing when you find one person who will look at all your crazy and all the crazy that comes along with you. But then when you turn around and find 2 people who are just as crazy as you,
right,
and they'll take on that responsibility with you in a loving way, and not to have any, for our relationship, it's not I got to do this again. It's a, baby, what do you need me to do? Where can I fit in? Where do you need me today? Because every day we all wake up with different feelings. Mm-hmm. It's something that has gone on personally with us. We always try to remember that as much as we're together, we're also individuals. We also remember that we have different things that we're battling internally with ourselves. So to hear not just one person, but 2 people say, hey, babe, what do you need from me today? What can I do? How can I be of service to you today? It makes your world that much greater. It shows you the possibilities of what life can really be like if you commit, if you have that commitment, that drive to be better and do better every day.
So you all said that perfectly. That's exactly how it is. My question is, what did your parents think or say, or if they did say anything else?
I don't think there's anything else I can do that would shock my mother. As far as I told my father, and he said, okay, well, okay. As far as telling my mom, which is my grandmother who raised me, it was one of those things where it was like, okay, I'm just getting so comfortable 1,500 years later with you being gay. And now here you come with two more people. But I think what really, really helped was that she met them. And when she met them, she understood, like, these are two people that I would love individually. These are two people that I would accept individually. So all together, hey, I just want you all to be okay and healthy.
Yeah, healthy. Oh my God, healthy.
My mother is the health nut. She would tell us quickly, she told us the last time we seen her, she said, all of y'all fat, y'all need to lose weight. So,
where the vegetables at on your plate?
My mother is that mother, like, something is going
like,
on.
Ain't nobody gonna get nobody that you gonna eat all meat. That thing, you gonna be a carnivore?
She's that person, like, you all need to go to the gym and lose weight immediately.
Right. Where the membership
silently she looks and she pays attention to everything. And I believe that as long as my mother looks at me and sees that I'm okay spiritually, that she's okay. And she's okay. She bought us all mugs for Christmas. So it's one of those things. She's a hard person. My mother is a really hard person.
She's so funny.
And she's hilarious. But the fact that receiving a mug for all of us for Christmas and her coming and just
personalized
mugs. Not just any mugs.
Now you ain't gonna do Nutella.
They were personalized mugs. That just shows the amount of commitment and growth in her. So that's greatly appreciated.
Right. Come on. I'm saving mine for last.
I don't know. I hate to toot my own horn.
But Sue,
Wanda K. My mom is not amazing, more accepting, but I think she has been the most accepting.
She's amazing.
It's not that she has 2 children. She honestly accepted Tanisha first as her daughter, which is annoying because I feel like I'm your child. I'm the one you birthed. But she has recently accepted Joy. And when I say accept, my mom is going to be nice. She's going to be giving because that's just who she is. But she just recently said, like, welcome to the family. I think she has like a certain time period that we don't know. She has been here for 3 years, but
it's been 3 years, but it's been love for 3 years. She's always shown love. She's always shown concern. And honestly, my daughter was her granddaughter before I was her daughter. So that's the thing. And so it was like from day one, she was Nana to our youngest, my baby. And so, and recently she was just like, okay, I guess I get it. You here to stay. It's been 3 years. I get it. You passed my time limit. You my baby for real now too. Right. It's like I gave birth to you. So she's been amazing.
But my mom is definitely accepting of everything
that you do. Every crazy idea that she has.
Yeah. She has. Yeah. And my dad, he had a lot of questions. He had a lot of questions, honey. As far as he was like, who is the man? I said, well, babe, Dad, there is no man. I said, but Odyssey is more masculine. He gonna say, so do he use it? Do she use it? You know, I said, yeah. She used a strap. I said, he wants to know. So I tell him, like, my dad is my person. And I love my mom, don't get me wrong, but my mom is not my person. But when I came out to them and I told them I was gay, my mama was like, I always knew. I said, well, wait a minute. Well, why you didn't tell me? Why you let me go through my whole life? Like, my whole life could have been spared. And but my lot of questions, and it was for me to answer them, and I answered them honestly. And he was like, so what do y'all do? I said, well, Dad, we do scissors, we do straps, we do carpet munching, we do it all. So I'm just being honest, with my dad, but he is, as long as I'm happy, and he's okay with that. Now if I did display that I wasn't happy, or if I told him that I wasn't happy, the question that he's gonna always say is, do you want me to talk to him? so it's like, okay, well, I said, well, Dad, I'm definitely happy. So he loves it. If it makes me happy, he's happy. That's all he cares about. And I am a hard person to deal with, to get along with, because I do shut down. I do go into this mode where I don't talk to anybody. I don't even talk to myself. Hell, I shut myself off. I don't know how it's possible, but it happens. So he's happy.
So
what are your signs?
I was just going to ask that.
Right.
I'm an Aquarius here.
Aquarius were in February or January?
January 26th.
Oh, they are crazy. Go ahead.
We have a true Cups here. She's July 19th.
Yep.
She's a Cancer Leo Cups.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yes.
So she's emotional and she wants to lead.
Logical as all get out.
Yes, get on my nerves.
And I am a true January Capricorn.
Wow.
You know what's funny, Davone? The two ladies that I was in a relationship with was a Capricorn and an Aquarius.
Really?
Yes. But so my next question is, so you touched a little bit about all of you co-parent and sexually, everything is great. Y'all have sex with each other and individually. But the roles that are played between y'all. So like when it comes to the bills, like all three of you put in 3 ways for the bill?
We pay bills together.
It ain't
no. Don't get us wrong. This is head of household.
Yeah.
Okay.
Odyssey is head of household.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
Look.
You got a big role, Odyssey. You got 2 strong women you taking care of.
Goes through, and they let me think I'm head of household.
Oh my God.
And then they run everything.
No, we run it through. This is the grapevine, and we run it through the grapevine before we produce fruit.
Yeah.
But when it comes to bills, these are all our bills.
Yeah,
I don't care if it's her name on it, her name
it don't matter. They just
as
get
long
paid.
as they get paid, we all good. It doesn't matter. It helps us get to the goal that we're trying to reach.
I just told them, like, look, hey, I was in Kroger parking lot and ran into a man 65 inch for $200. Had to get it.
Which is a good price for a 65 inch.
I mean, every now and again, like we have these things where, okay, especially when we have impulse. Tanisha and I have Amazon impulses.
Yeah.
We are Amazon Prime members. we just can't. So if I see something, if I'm on Amazon and I see something that I know either one of them will love, I'll be like, okay, the bills have been paid for this month.
I'm like, girl, how much it cost? It don't even matter how much it costs. Just get it.
Just get it. I'm like, well, babe,
which is the issue.
It's $3 over our budget in our relationship.
So let's just keep that. Yeah, she be mad. Oh, she was mad about this computer. How did y'all get it? I don't know why. Like, look, shut up.
That's the $5 that's been out of my paycheck for the last 12 months.
But they hide money for me to buy stuff on Amazon, which is an issue, but not a big issue. But we're moving into this place where we're trying to become more financially grounded.
Yep.
But see, that's okay because I keep us grounded as far as credit goes. As long as our credit looks like something and looks like we're rich, then that's okay for me.
And that's when I really had to just shut everything down and let them know that I don't care what's okay for her. It's really about what's okay for everybody. So and I think that's what's going to happen for the next 6 months. We're growing into a place where we realize
We shut down
that
Amazon.
we don't need to have everything in one place. And it's simply not because we have trust issues in regards to how we spend money, but we kept our money in one place for so long that it was hard to do some of the things that people are allowed to do when they don't keep their money in the same place, like surprise each other or buy gifts.
If everybody sees the bank statements, or if everybody's getting an alert to their phone, it's like she's like, I don't never see $500.
And I don't never see what's going on. Are you hiding money from me?
But I came out looking like an asshole because they were buying me all these lavish gifts. And
they not lavish.
And I thought we really were.
And that's the thing. We don't.
Wait, can I say
no? Because we don't see them as lavish.
I thought that we were sticking to the $50 limit on Christmas. And we really wasn't. So everybody had $50 gifts, but me.
She got $200, $300, $500. No, but the thing is we are very, very. If she says that she wants to pursue it, we're going to make sure that she has the tools needed to pursue it.
She said she wanted to do a video.
When she came out of music, she said it was videos of music and movies that she
got her a
so
camera.
we said, okay, camera, light, action.
Right. Makes me sound like I'm a person who don't have direction. Who don't know
this
what
is
they
okay.
want.
This is how you feel it sounds. But for us, she is a very anointed and talented person.
Period.
Anything that she puts her mind to will make us money.
Okay.
Makes us plenty of money.
Right.
And makes her happy.
Right.
And when she's happy, we are happy.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't matter what field she decides to go into. We have enough faith and belief in her ambition that we will always invest.
Right.
And
there
it
is
never
no price
fails us.
tag.
There's no price tag. We don't care how much it is. Tanisha and I will sit down. We're not the budgeters in the family.
Right.
She
Definitely
is.
not.
But we know how to budget when it comes to making her dreams come true. Because
I will not give out those passwords to the PNC account.
Right. Because she has never failed us. She has never failed us when it comes to
okay, but this is being really gay.
you have
She
wives.
She's been wanting this projector for
Oh
my
my
God,
God.
7 years.
Y'all, what's the next
If I'm
question?
not mistaken. And we just recently got her this projector. We bought her a laptop, got her the lights, camera, everything that she needed.
And she may do with everything. Like she's taking it when she finally opened them. She has taken everything to levels that we thought she could go, but even above and beyond that. Right?
They don't want to know all of this stuff.
They do want to know. That's why they have us here.
Okay. I gotta break y'all out. I didn't see in the middle like this. You got your hands full, Adi.
You do. Pray for me. Pray for me.
I pray for you every day.
Okay. I think Tanisha touched on insecurities. Is it jealousy and insecurities in a relationship?
Definitely. It's jealousy. It's feeling like you're not needed anymore. And instead of foolish self asking, like, where do you need me at? I'm just assuming. So it's an awesome thing to know and understand how to communicate. So that way you can ask, okay, baby, you don't need me in this area anymore. Where do you need me at? What do you need me to do? And it is, and I think it's because I am the older one in the situation. The kids are grown, so it's like I don't know where I'm needed anymore. Like, don't get me wrong, the 17-year-old definitely calls on a daily basis, needing, wanting something, because she is like that bougie type.
Not like
I just think this TV. This is TV. It's only $258.
So I think it's the empty nest phase for her.
It's empty nesting.
New energy with joy.
Yeah.
Where sometimes the jealousy comes into play. But we're moving into this phase where we're looking for understanding, because I don't need neither one of them for anything, but I want you for everything. And I think that's what we become complacent in relationships, because we feel what we have to offer is everything, but sometimes it's just not what is needed at the moment. And I don't need her in regards to when I met her. When I met her, I felt like I got out of a bad relationship, and she was what I needed. But throughout time, I've seen that everybody around her needed her, but I didn't know who wanted her. I want you here. Like, I like you. I like you as a person. I like your company. I like your companionship. So I don't need you to get to the next level in my life, but I want you there when I get to the next level.
And I think that's what was so important, especially in the beginning of our relationship. I think that at this phase of our relationship, we're empty nesting. We have a very independent 9-year-old. It's kind of scary because she doesn't need and sometimes doesn't want any of us.
Right.
As long as she has a book.
Yeah, as long as she got a book, I think we just need to cook for it.
That's it. But especially at the beginning of our relationship, I think that was very important to me, because I did know that I was coming into a dynamic that was already grounded, a dynamic that was had already built a foundation. So I think it was really important for me to show that, hey, I'm here as a helper. That's always been that's who I am. I lend a hand and I help in any way that I can. So it was very important for me to say, I am not here to take over. I am not here to try to outshine or outdo. I just want to help you in any capacity that you need me in. And I think now that we have, you go through shifts in life by yourself, but definitely in a relationship, you go through shifts. So things happen that change not necessarily who you are at core, but they change how you navigate through life. And so I think now at that point it's
your identity.
Who you
and I think for a long
have
time,
become.
Being domestic was Tanisha's
That's all
identity.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was threatening when Joy came into the relationship and she started to take on some of those tasks.
Because it's like, I've done it. I've done all of this. This is what I do, and now you're here, so I'm unfamiliar in that place of having the help. I don't know if I'm still needed, because this is where I have put all my eggs. This is who I have become. So now I don't feel needed. I don't feel secure here. So I think it was not only the responsibility of Odyssey, because as a partner, a lifelong partner who has been there, but also a responsibility of myself to say, and a responsibility of Tanisha to say, hey, this is how I'm feeling. And for me to come and say, baby, I don't want to take any of this from you. I want to help you in that place. And for Odyssey to say, baby, nobody, I need you in this area, but I also need you here more than I need you there right now. There's someone there that can come up and help in that area, because I need you here in my life right now.
And I think we've all done that.
Like, we've all been through that.
In the 3 years, it's a short period of time, but I've been the primary breadwinner. Joy has been the primary breadwinner. Tanisha has been the primary breadwinner, which has put the other people in the relationship in different elements. I am never going to be the most domestic person, but I am very good at it, and we just had to learn how to switch roles, and we're still learning how to do that, and that just comes with a lot of communication.
And it's a point now in our relationship where we're all trying to figure out how we all get up and go to work, and so it's like, oh, wait a minute, the house. Who gonna look out the house? We need somebody to clean up because our 9-year-old is like, yeah, my room is clean and that's it.
Yeah, so it's learning how to master it.
It's a mastery. It is.
Yeah, it's learning how to master it.
Jevon, you got another question?
Yeah, I'm just taking all of this in, and I'm like, where were they back then when in the 90s? Because I needed all this. Yeah,
I'm trying to figure it out too.
it did not work like that for us. We had problems when it came time to get in the bed. It's like, well, I want to sleep over there next to you, and no, I want to sleep there. So then you get in the middle, and it was like,
I'm always in the
We
middle.
keep her in the middle.
And I don't want to be in the middle.
She doesn't want, but
Honestly, I
we
feel
all
like I'm
have,
really held captive.
but we all have this thing. Like they have to sleep on the edge of the bed. She has to be on the, like we put 2 queen beds together and made our bed humongous, okay? She
Wow.
has to sleep on the edge of the bed. I have to sleep near a wall.
Yeah.
I have to be next to
So
a
she
wall.
in the middle.
So she gotta be in the middle.
That's it.
She just has to be away from the door.
Yeah.
So as long as you're away from the door, you
Yeah.
should be okay. You in the middle.
Yeah, you in the middle.
We reach
And-
over to kiss each other goodnight over her. We kiss her goodnight.
But I want to be transparent and be honest. Like, this is not easy, and I don't know if we have made it sound easy.
It's
like, I
not
feel like
easy.
we are in the most trying point.
said that.
But I don't think
easy.
But I don't think people understand it.
Like, no,
We have to
we
keep
are
the
at the
inner
most
like-
trying point in our relationship.
It
Like,
is.
Yeah, like
I think me and Bay has a monogamous relationship.
We monogamous with each other.
I think we all together, like we in a relationship together. But I think me and Bay is monogamous. She ain't monogamous, so it ain't even no trying. But I think me
What
and
does
Bay,
that mean exactly? So
Okay.
you seeing other people?
is that they crazy and they got like 5 personalities. So even if I wanted to be monogamous, I couldn't because they bipolar. I have to date all 5 personalities, all 10 personalities to be completely honest. But when they say they're monogamous, that means they talk about me behind my back. Yeah, that's what that means. And they find a place to
We have created an alliance.
Yeah.
And not and
Like, girl,
when
she
we say
crazy.
it's not easy, it comes to the point where it's like for a long time in the beginning of our relationship, it was just like, okay, we hit this stage where I was in love with Tanisha first, and then one day I fell in love with her. And then when I fell in love with her, it seems like our relationship kind of hit one of those places where it was like, yeah, it is another woman here. So we had to get back to the place where it was like, okay, babe, we love the same person and we love each other. Why are we fighting?
Right.
What are we doing? What exactly are we doing here? We love the same person. We love each other. Why is this not easy? But it comes with so many insecurities of being in a monogamous relationship and being lied to and being cheated on. And you have to, and seeing everything in front of you sometimes, it's not as easy as you think it would be. Sometimes in monogamous relationships, we say, well, if you just tell me, then maybe I can. And when it's in front of you, like, wait a minute, maybe I should
I guess
know what's going on.
and that's not with me. I don't have that issue.
But she's a different breed of
What she's saying
alien.
is, if me and Joy relationship might not be working today, but me and Tanisha relationship
Right.
is working. It's hard to see that me and Tanisha relationship is working and not feel a sense of jealousy.
right. It really is, because it's like, okay, even though I know our relationship is working and their relationship is working, there's something off here. And so to see that your other person being able to laugh, even though it's with your other person, it's like you're laughing and you're
Well,
happy.
so funny.
And here, and I'm over here heartbroken because we've had a
Aww.
disagreement about something. So it's like there's a lot that goes into it, a lot of emotions. And
I'm not good at it because if I don't like Tanisha, I don't like Joy either.
Which I think is stupid. I do.
If you mad with Tanisha, you mad with Joy automatically?
that is real.
I
if she doesn't like one of us, she doesn't like either of us.
Right.
And
I
she breaks up with us
I
every
break
other
up
day.
with the whole house.
She breaks up with
You
everybody.
break up with the whole house.
The whole house. And when we break up, it's just like, well, we're still together.
Right.
We're
not
not
right.
right. She's just like,
How are y'all still together? Like, because
I don't like you right now.
Because you want to be crazy.
Well, it's
Do
going
y'all
to be
have extra bedrooms in the house that if you have an argument, you sleep in another bedroom?
I wish a nigga would.
no. One thing. I like to go off and get in her
Go
little
to bed.
recliner and go to
Good
bed
night.
on the sofa, and we be like,
And
"Babe, you need a pillow? Let's go to bed on the sofa, babe."
Right. You going to sleep on the sofa then.
They annoying.
Nigga, good night, mom. Shit.
She
So
that's
and that is really how it goes. If I don't want to sleep in the bed because I'm mad at them,
we don't want to sleep in
nobody
the bed.
sleeps in the bed.
I guess that better be cold
We all on the
tonight
couch.
because we all on the couch.
But
We got air mattresses.
again, we're trying to grow into this place where we have things outside of each other.
We are because we've matched our whole lives together.
Yeah.
And I think it's come to the point where we've realized, like, okay, we can be in love, we can love each other, we can be together, but we can still be individuals.
Yeah.
We can still have things outside of each other. We can have friends outside of each other. Because all of our friends are all of our friends.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's one of those
And now
things,
all of our family.
and
is
now all of our family is all of our family. So it's
Yeah.
one of those things where it feels kind of awkward because I've gone to work and I've not liked people or not been engaged with people, but now I've gone to work at a new school and teach at a new school, and it's like, oh my God, these people are really dope. I actually like them. And I don't want them to be friends. Like, I want them to be my friends. And so, but and that's okay. I think we struggle with that because it's like, that's okay. It's okay to be individuals outside of each other. And that's where we are learning. That's the space we're in right now. We're growing in that space to say, it's okay for Tanisha to be Tanisha, for Odyssey to be Odyssey, and for Joy to be Joy, and for us to still all be.
Unfortunately, at work, all the crazies are, I drive a city bus, so bye-bye. Okay.
I have an individual question, and I'm going to ask you each individually, and just give me a one-word answer. So I'm going to start with you, Tanisha. In this poly relationship, what would you say is the most important quality that you have?
Oh, that I have.
What you bring to the table? One word.
Well, I don't know. Come back.
You know what you bring to the table.
Individuality.
All right. Odyssey, what is one main quality that you bring to the table in this relationship?
Leadership.
Very nice. All right, Joy, bring it up.
Mediation.
What did you say? What did she say?
Mediation.
Oh, mediation. Okay.
Very good. So this came from someone that's watching. Rhonda Hendrickson is watching, and Rhonda also said that in many relationships there is power. There is a power struggle where one person may have more say in paying the bills and raising children, and then she wanted to know whether there are traditional or non-traditional roles in your relationship. And we already answered that, but it's good to know that people are watching, and if there can be one takeaway from this about poly relationship, what would you want people to take away from this?
Communication. Communication, research, honesty.
I think you have to be morally in sync with someone. I think you have to share the same morals and values. And I think power can be
It's shifted.
It can be shifted. It's not. I feel like we have evolved as lovers and we have evolved as parents. So there are things that I don't agree with necessarily when it comes to parenting. And I've learned how to step back, and I'm learning how to step back and allow them to do what they see fit and support them. But at one point, I felt like it's my way or the highway. But I realized that if I want to keep what's to the left and to the right of me, I have to learn how to compromise. And I think that's the key to any relationship, balancing the act of compromising and learning that power shift. It moves. It doesn't stay still. So you just gotta learn how to compromise and share the same values and morals and things to work itself out.
I agree totally. And I just off the top of my head have this question. What does Thanksgiving look like in your family?
Thanksgiving
Hey,
is
it was
lit.
lit last year. I'll be honest with you, one Christmas we didn't do so good.
Okay, so the Christmas of 2018, we tried because we said, okay, we want all of our family to come together.
Yeah.
We want all of our family, and we were
so worried about them being there.
Them
that
being
the
there,
food
that the
didn't
food
turn
was
out
horrible.
good.
And
But I
we're all great cooks. Like,
The food was horrible.
Yeah, that shit
Baby,
wasn't all the way
I don't
right.
remember that. I was drunk through Thanksgiving.
that was Christmas. I burnt them black eyed peas.
Yeah,
And my mama talked about us like a dog.
And I undercooked some meat.
I said I ain't had nothing to do with that meat or them black eyed peas.
That's what me. But
no,
last year we had
Thanksgiving
the
last
yams,
year,
we had oxtails,
we had it laid
ribs,
out.
and we killed that.
And not only were we able to invite family, we were able to like family, friends of family,
yeah.
like, and we
It
had
was-
it
it
all
was lit.
decked out,
It
and
was
people
lit.
enjoyed themselves. So
Yeah.
we the party people. Like,
Yeah.
we like to entertain.
We do.
We love to cook. That's our passion. That's our business. We cook, and so being able to have family over and all of our family over and to enjoy themselves and have a good time is really, really important to us.
So it was like my 85-year-old grandmother. When you can have your grandma,
the matriarch,
who
okay?
probably still don't understand, because my brother, he be hating. I don't try to overdo it
Who
with my
is
grandma.
Joy?
She
knows all of us.
she know all of us, but I don't think she really understands
that we
the
all
relationship.
Joy is their girlfriend, Grandma.
So my brother gonna tell her, that's Odyssey girlfriend. She was like, I thought Tanisha was her girlfriend.
And she ain't grandma, both of them. So
is
then when she gets on the
girlfriend.
phone with us, she's like, I don't remember who told me, but somebody told me you had two girlfriends.
So that
It was
is
Jason.
I don't try to put too much on my 84-year-old grandma, although my brother do because he a hater, but it's still love. And when
It's
she
all
comes,
love.
all of our family, we pull it out. We make them feel like kings and queens.
And to be able to sit at a table with a woman who is so dignified,
And she prays over the
and
whole
she
thing.
prays over the whole table.
And her uncle is a deacon.
And she sits there and tells us that everything that we have made
was beautiful.
and up to standard. We're all just like,
We okay with that.
we feel accomplished in life.
Yeah.
And she
Her
all her
family is
food.
like Odyssey family church for real, like bishops, preachers. Like her uncle has his own church, everything. And for him to come down and not frown upon our relationship and just love us, like love Uncle Calvin, love Uncle Butchie. You know what I mean? Like Grandma Mary. You know what I'm
They
saying? Her
treat us like
cousins,
we have been a part of the family for years. Like we were born into the family. It's not an extension. It's just all family.
Yep. Period.
I have a question. Where was the last place you went out on a date? All three of you.
Where did we go?
Oh, we honestly just canceled Puerto Rico.
Show
We just canceled Puerto Rico.
We just canceled Puerto Rico, but before that we were in Panama.
Yep.
We
Right. We just
Dates
much
are
fun.
our thing, okay? We all
So much fun.
We just last week we were at the Mexican place.
Yeah, show was.
we try to go there once a week. The Mexican joint.
We had 2 pictures.
Actually,
The Mexican place, like they probably know us by name by now. It used to be one, and then now we found a new one. So that's a
so we
weekly
make
thing.
it. We try to make it our business to go out and travel. Traveling,
We love to travel.
is our thing.
Yeah.
So.
Like today is Tuesday. Literally Thursday, we were supposed to be boarding a plane at 5 a.m. to go to Puerto Rico.
But my mama said she was gonna whoop us if we went to Puerto Rico.
No, she was like serious about us not going to Puerto Rico. And although we said we should do it anyway, she was just here and we felt the wrath. So we said, okay, we'll cancel that and wait.
Yeah. So my next question is your neighbors. What do they say?
Well, we literally just moved here like 4 days ago.
4 days ago.
But our neighbors,
Our neighbors at the other place, please, haters, beyond haters, girl. Thought somebody wanted their husband, but don't nobody want y'all rusty husbands, please.
So we put our gay flag out in the air and just let it wave because they didn't understand. She was outside and she told the people when we moved in, this one right here. She said, y'all have to talk to my wives about that, and I don't know if they'll let you actually into the house because they don't like people. So the lady told us, she said, but I thought you said Tanisha was your wife. And she said,
yeah. I said, hey, how you doing? I'm Tanisha.
And she was like, but Joy. So they try to figure it out.
I think it is confusing, and I don't know if I'm openly poly. I think she is. No, I think they both are.
We don't care.
We go places and people be like, "Is them your sisters?" And I be like,
No. I be like,
She
no,
say yes.
no. This our husband and this my wife.
Yeah.
And she'll tell them quickly, like,
Especially the old ladies. Oh, the old ladies, bro, they is so funny.
I don't tell people quickly because a lot of people think Odyssey and I look alike. So they really think we're twins.
Yes.
They don't really think we're twins and she's just our older sister. And Tanisha, I'm like, no.
Hey,
We married.
She looked over when she said older.
Hey, I like giving out heart attacks and strokes.
I don't. I'm real low key, and I know that's weird.
Now, just recently, there was like a 100-year-old lady when we were in the store, and she asked, and I did say yes. I was like, yeah, that's fine. Because I really felt like she probably would have died had I told her that this is my wife. But other than that, I don't care.
I wasn't with them. I'd have been like, yep, that's my wife.
I go to work, I say, the first thing people know about me, they know one or two things. They know I'm a great teacher, and the second one is that I got 2 wives. Now you figure out the rest.
And I don't necessarily believe that everybody needs to know.
I think everybody should know.
I don't care. Listen, if they can't deal with it, I don't know. We don't live in the old. This ain't 1957
and
no
if it
more.
was, I probably would have been hung because
Right.
I probably would have told them anyway.
Odyssey, you have your hands full.
I know, right?
Ooh, child. Do you think there's the same type of love or different love amongst y'all? Like, are you more in love with Tanisha or have a deeper love with Tanisha that you have with Joy? Is Joy a newer love? Does it feel different or does all the love feel the same?
I'm going to answer this first. I know you're asking her, but I'm going to answer this because I get this question a whole lot, especially being the person that was added into the relationship. I get it a whole lot. And I say that as a person, Odyssey is Odyssey, right? But I also feel that she has to cater to each of us where we are. So who I have in Odyssey is not the person that Tanisha might have in Odyssey. And she loves us from those places. She loves us from where we need to be loved. And it's the same way all around the board. I love Tanisha from what she needs from me. What she needs from me is not the same thing that she looks for and needs out of Odyssey. So to answer that question, I love them how they need to be loved by me. and it's different. It's not the same. She's not going to, Tanisha's not going to need the same thing from me that she needs from Odyssey. Odyssey is not going to need the same thing from me that she needs from Tanisha. And it's the same way. I don't need the same thing from Tanisha or Odyssey. I need them on different spectrums.
That love and learning how to manage that is something that I learned from my mom. I think growing up, I used to always feel like my mama loved my brother more than she loved me. But I had that conversation with her, and she said, I don't love you more or less. I love y'all differently. I give you what it is that you need when you need it. And your brother might need more than you need in different areas and different places, vice versa. So learning how to,
compartmentalize.
Yeah, feel love. That's something that you have to learn. And you learn that when you have multiple children.
Yep, I agree.
From children,
yeah, because you definitely, boy, I tell you, that 21-year-old is crazier than the best of bug. But that 17 and that 25-year-old, they got the true sense. They got common sense, but that 21-year-old, baby, whatever
she
comes
need a little
up,
more love.
Right. And it's crazy because we not to say forget about, but our 9-year-old is just when she needs us, she will come to us
if she
and let us know who she needs or what she needs at that moment.
Yeah.
So it's so different because we have our other 3 children who are sometimes all over the place, and we're running
more
needy, and so we're running to them, and she's just like, hey Umi, hey mama, hey mommy, like I'll just be over here, and we're like, what? So sometimes it puts us in a place where our children teach us how to love each other. Sometimes they do.
You know, I'm glad you brought up the children. So when it comes time to go to the school, which one of y'all going to the school to handle the business?
All of us. Oh, baby, we all going, because I tell you, I showed out, okay?
Okay. Well, you asked her which one would she prefer to come.
She would prefer for this one
for me to come because I am the most civilized.
She's going to be civilized. She's going to talk right.
Umi is going to do this. Woo! After the teacher told
and
nobody
I'm going to
to
burn
scream.
up the school.
Yeah. She going to cuss the teacher out.
I'm a cuss. Because first of all, I'm a teacher. So I understand. I get it. But you're not going to mess with that one. This one will go up there and she'll warn. She's the warner. She'll go up there and she'll say, now, hey, I'm here. I'm trying to figure out what's going on because of her mama or her other mama come up here. Y'all not going to get this. So tell me what's going on. We have to go separately because if we go together, there's no chance for the school to be a building anymore.
Yeah, they act up. They're embarrassing.
Because she's a child that doesn't do anything to people.
Right. So what is the one quality that keeps you all together?
The world.
Right.
Everything outside
of us
makes us want to stay inside.
No,
together.
Really, because we have built such a fort and a comfortability within each other that we know each other's ins and outs, and we know how we work. And like we didn't start watching the news until this whole coronavirus thing happened, right? And so it was like, oh, let's turn on the news, let's see what's going on in the world, and we realized that we are not a part of the world.
Yeah, just the coldness.
I had told this one, don't cut that news on. I gotta watch the news. I just gotta see what's going on. I said, no, you don't. You do
and
not.
when we realize what is actually going on in the world, like the coldness, the lack of understanding, the lack of caring, the lack of love and compassion that is going on around us,
loyalty,
and definitely, Lord, it made us realize
we need each other.
We need each other.
We might not even like each other sometimes, but real talk,
we need each other.
You need somebody
love each other.
You need an alliance. You need a group of people that really hold you accountable for your actions.
Absolutely.
And push you towards your goals and your dreams, and are willing to invest, because the bank ain't trying to give you nothing. Creating your own economic source and your own streams of income and building towards each other and your personal vision and having people to support you and sustain you if you get into a situation. If I didn't have these people, I don't even really know what I would do right now.
And I think we've realized that it's not about liking each other all the time.
No, not really. Not
because when you grown, you realize that you like, I don't like my mama all the time. So what makes
I don't
me
like
think,
myself all the time.
right? What makes me think that I'm gonna like the people that I am in relation with all the time? Right. And so when you realize that, and when you're grown enough to say, I don't like these people all the time, but I love them every day. I'm in love with them every second, every hour, every moment, and these are the people that are gonna have my back, no matter what happens. It's important. Yeah.
That is so beautiful. That is great. I am so in awe of you all, and I want to thank you all for sharing. I just want to let everyone know we are at the under 10-minute mark, and we will be closing out. So if anyone else has any questions that you want to get in within this last 7 minutes, pour in your questions. And Davone, you have any more questions?
I mean, I just feel like you enlighten a lot of people. I'm also in awe of your relationship. Your tribe is tight. Your foundation is tight. And no matter if it's 3 of you, 4 of you, or 2 of you, that's what you need in any relationship. And you just proved in this interview today that it can work.
Yeah. Absolutely. You have to fight. You have to fight. And we're fighting. Like, I don't want nobody to think like this is easy. Like,
It's not.
We are fighting for this because we want this.
Because she was just done with my ass earlier.
Like, for real.
I was just like,
but should I just text this lady and tell her?
Text this lady. Text this lady.
Text this lady and tell her we ain't doing this interview today because I'm not talking to Tanisha.
I'm done with everybody in the house.
Absolutely.
But I love them. It don't even matter. Like, even if I wanted to stop loving them, it would mean that I would have to stop loving myself. Loving myself enough to not love myself. What you think?
Whatever.
That was deep. Y'all will understand that later.
That was deep. That was deep. Y'all gonna leave Adi alone. Look, I'm just praying for Adi. Like, oh, child, I don't know if I could be in the middle of those two. They are crazy.
I really did the interview hoping that some nice lady out there don't rescue her. Come rescue me and show me that I am monogamous and I can be right.
She gonna be with everybody.
No, I'm not
for the team.
No, but it's a serious thing. You really got to be committed in any relationship, not just in a polyamorous, but a monogamous relationship takes a lot of work. And it's all about self-growth, continuously growing, setting new goals for yourself. And that's what it's about.
Yeah, because we are buying houses. It's not like it's not just one person is gonna buy a house and we all gonna live in it. No, one person gonna buy a house, another person gonna buy a house. That's either gonna be for a profit, whatever the case may be.
It's teamwork. We all have businesses. We work our businesses together, but we all have businesses in our names, and that's important for us. It's community building. We want to leave a mark and a legacy on this world. We want to make sure that people be like, they was all together in a relationship, some crazy kind of weird relationship, but they came up. They all came up from it. Right. Yeah.
That's important. Generational wealth. That's something that we are talking about now in 2020. How you have to leave a legacy behind, leave something for your kids, and show them how to manage it, and also show them how to start businesses and leave for their kids. Right. So, would you like to share the names of your businesses so that people can patronize your businesses?
Absolutely. So we have Joyful Delights, which is our treats and sweet business. We have Shelly's,
which is our taco catering business. We do Tex-Mex food. We will do any event that you have for us to do. We have Righteous Ink Productions. Righteous Ink Productions, we're all writers, we're all creators, we're all artists. We write movies, we write TV shows, plays, anything that you have it. Righteous Ink also falls under our events planning business, and we also have Proly Commercial Cleaning LLC.
And where
What's
are you?
the Instagrams or website for these?
You can find us all in all of our business at PolyMe3 on Instagram. That's the @ POLYME and the number 3.
All right. That's beautiful. And we ask where y'all are from at the beginning? Where y'all?
We're all from the Midwest. These are the Milwaukee, Wisconsin people.
Right. Ill Will Holyfield, baby.
Ill Will Holyfield. I am from Chicago, Illinois. Proudly, we are all proudly from the Midwest by way of Atlanta, Georgia.
Love my city. That's where I'm from.
All right.
Well, close us out, Davone. This is
All
beautiful.
right.
This is so beautiful. It was great to meet y'all. And we'll follow up later to check on y'all to make sure y'all didn't kill Odie. And
Odie on my Facebook now. Every once in a while, I'm just gonna send a message. You okay? A link if you okay.
Okay. Blink twice for no.
Exactly.
One, if you need help.
Audience, okay. Crazy, y'all. They crazy. But thank you for having us.
Thank you so much. We have enjoyed ourselves.
We appreciate you being so transparent with our viewers. We truly appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yes.
All right. Well, that's Jevon. Thank you for gracing us with your presence tonight. I stayed throwing that shade.
I know, it's fine, and I caught it. It's all right, and I'm here. And for all of you viewers out there, please subscribe to Davone's YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube. Also follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And the more stories that are coming out, I believe next week, we are looking into having pregnant trans men.
Yes. We're working on that.
Working on it. All right. So thank you all, and stay safe, and enjoy the rest of the week.
Thank you.
Thank you for your conversation.
Have an awesome